What's going on, YouTube? It's James with Showdown Fantasy Battle Reports. Got another battle report for you today. It's the historical first old world video that I'm getting to you. It's your boy James here, and guys, for those of you who are just joining me for the first time ever, and you're like, oh, I want to check out old world battle reporters. My name is James. I've been doing battle reports for 8th edition and 9th age for the last decade. All right. So this is not something new to me. This is something that it is new to me in the fact that it's old world, and I am going to throw words and terms out there that I'm going to mess up. But I'm getting a game in at the Dice Dojo with Luke Nickel. This is my first actual game that was not online. I played a couple games on Universal Battle against Phil Carl and John Oakes, as well as Mike Hernandez, and mainly those three. I think Omar Cummin. Yep, that was it. Those four. All right. Anyways, I got a game against Mr. Luke Nickel here, and this is at the Dice Dojo in Chicago, Illinois. There's a group of people in Chicago who are starting to pick up Old World. They're starting to get into the hobby, and there's also people who have been playing the 9th Age religiously, and they are having a very hard time and a very stubborn time trying to wrap their head around playing a different game. That is still technically the same game, just different. But going into that, I'm playing Luke. Luke was actually the first guy to come out and was like, fuck it, let's go play a game. Luke lives really close to me, near the dojo, and him to get to the dojo and me to get to the dojo is actually not an issue at all. It's actually pretty easy for both of us, so it's actually kind of funny that he was my opponent coming back into the 9th Age, and then now he's my opponent coming back into the old world. Alright, so Luke is playing a Warriors of the Dark Gods list. He actually gave me his list. Let me see if I can pull it up really quick. And you guys can see it on the screen, but I am actually pulling it up on my side to see what the hell he brought. Alright, so he has a Chaos Lord General with a lance. He basically kind of came pretty vanilla for his Chaos Army. He gave everybody the Mark of Khorne. He took the favor of the gods, a lance, but no magical weapons. Okay, he has an Exalted Champion BSB, same thing, demonic mount though. He has Chaos Knights, 10 of them with the Mark of Khorne. He has 5 Warhounds, 18 Chaos Warriors, Again, all of them Mark of Khorne. If they could take a Mark of Khorne, he put Mark of Khorne on them. No magical banners. Then he has Marauder Horsemen, 10 of them with Cavalry Spears and the Mark of Khorne. And then he has a Chaos Chariot of Khorne. The man loves his corn. I can't blame him. Corn is delicious. Anyways, let's go over my list. And actually, I'm really trying to remember what the hell I brought this game. Alright, so first of all, I got my trolls here. I got 4 stone trolls. They have great weapons upgrades. These are a unit of, I want to say 10 to 13 skirmishers. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Exactly 13. Skirmishing orcs. They are with light armor and bows. You can see my shaman in the corner. That is a level 4 orc shaman with the Wog magic. You got a unit of black orcs. Now, for the record, neither of us have switched over to the basing yet. I already switched my bases on my black orcs in person, but not in this video. This video, I'm still playing with 25mm. We just kind of had that gentleman's agreement that we haven't switched over any of the base sizes, so we're just like, whatever. All right, so I got my black orcs here. I got, I want to say 21 of them with great weapons and shields. I took the banner, the big red raggedy red flag or whatever it's called, gives them basically +1 weapon skill and +1 combat resolution. I got my general War Boss Iron Tooth, and War Boss Iron Tooth here, he is on a wyvern. I think I took him with the choppiest choppa in this build. And then he has the Troll Hide Trousers, giving him a regen save and better armor. Here are my 2 Ragnarok Spiters. One of them, the orange one, is one coming out of the rare category. The blue one is my wizard. As you can see, there's a wizard blowing up at the top of the shrine I put on top of this spider, the spider shrine. The wizard is Super Baxter. He's probably going to be Saint Baxter. I don't know. He's Baxter of some sort, but he's the Baxter Bastard, the Pyromaniac, but he is a level 3 of Elementalism. My Orc Shaman does have the, what is it called? Idol of Mork, which allows him to get 2 additional inches on his Dispel, as well as reroll on Dispel, which doesn't really matter because my opponent is playing entirely Khorne Army. Alright, I got 5 Spider Riders with light bows, short bows, and yeah. Here's my opponent's dragon. This is his general on the dragon with the lance. And then you can see these are his warhounds. If you guys probably already saw this already. Actually, probably not. I don't know. Anyways, these are his warhounds, and then his chariot, his BSB on a steed, his marauders, his knights, and his 2 units of warriors. Alright, for magic, on my elementalism, I got the 3, 5, and 6, which, let's look that up. I'm going to be really slow on this until I actually start to learn the names entirely faster. But 3, 5, 6 of elementalism is summon the elemental spirits, earthen ramparts. Oh no, I'm sorry. Wind Blast and Travel Mystical Pathway. I think I dropped the Travel Mythical Pathway for the Itchy Nuisance on Goblins. As for my Orc Shaman, I got 3, 4, 5, 6, which gives me the Wog Magic, and the Wog Magic I ended up taking Bad Moon Rising, Evil Sunshine, and Here We Go, and the Foot of Gork. Alright. Alright. We're playing a classic battle line. We are not playing with any special rules. We're just kind of going for the kill-all mentality and trying to kind of get a handle of the game. This is the first game for Luke, period. So it's a lot of learning on what to do and how to do it. For the record, this is, like, again, my 10th game. I've been playing a lot of online games. I did have a BSB in the list before. I just dropped the BSB for the 2 spiders, I think. So I've been playing with that. As you can see, I deployed. I put Super Baxter on the left. I think I put the A-Rock on the right. A-Rock is my other spider. And then I got my my big unit of Black Orcs in the center. I put my Spider Riders right next to them, and my Orc skirmishers in between the trolls and the Black Orcs. My general is just kind of on the wyvern, just kind of keeping an eye on everybody. My goal here is to keep the impetuous unit near the Black Orcs so they don't just run off and start charging random shit. But at the same time, just for the record, that's for quell not animosity, quell impetuosity, which is a word I just had to Google recently as I started to learn how to play this game. Alright. Ian came by to watch the game. As you can see, he looks very thrilled. Alright, so, turn 1. Orcs and Goblins. Orcs and Goblins, turn 1. The first thing you do in the old world is go into the strategy phase. The strategy phase, you can cast spells that are hexes or enchantments. Well, the first thing I do is I'm going to go ahead and cast Evil Sunshine on my Orc archers to give them the AP and the reroll 1s on the spell. And the first dice that I roll in the old world, I miscast. Boom! I miscast bad, too. I ended up getting the Dimensional Cascade, which gave me a 5-inch template. Alright? And it's a strength 10 hit. It destroyed half or a couple of the orcs, causes a panic check, which I just got rid of my BSB, so the orcs run, and they run 8 inches almost to the board edge, which, holy shit, that was a good turn 1 for my opponent. Holy shit. Now, we rolled for the terrain. Obviously, the ruins are dangerous terrain to us. The trees, we have, I think we're playing them as difficult terrain, but, and then we have the spider, or you can see the spider goes into the difficult terrain, doesn't really give a shit about that. The Black Orcs push up, the Trolls push up, my general goes in the center of the area where the Orcs should be, and then the A-Rock is watching the right flank. Now, he does have his general on the right flank. I don't think my spider can handle his general, but we'll see how that goes. And then I go ahead. Oh, I did keep Travel Mythical Pathway. Pathway. I don't know why I say pathway. I try to cast this off, and I want to say, but I don't really abuse it. I just push my Black Orcs up a little bit further. Go ahead and I do summon Elemental Spirit, and I pop it right here in front of the Knights. Now, I'm going to tell you that right now. It's a disclaimer right now. I misplayed the Vortex. We figured it out after the game. Well, I figured it out. I still got to tell Luke. We figured it out after the game how the Vortexes work. But more or less, the Vortexes are you're only going to do damage once it moves, not if you move on it, and we played that wrong. Over here, I'm going to take my bow shots from my crew into his warrior knight. I end up doing a wound. Now, you can correct me if I'm wrong, because I don't know this. This is his book, not my book. But we were playing these as they had 3-up armor, and I think they do have 3-up armor. I just haven't really looked them up. He said they had heavy armor, barding, and shield, and I said unless they have barding too, they don't get the 2-up. So I ended up killing off one of the knights based on that. Over here, this A-Rock shoots into the Warhounds, kills off one Warhound, and that's it for my turn. He's going to start off his turn since we have no combats, no assailment spells. It's going to start off turn 1. Warriors of Corn. Alright, so he does. So basically, if you have the Warriors of Corn mark, anything that can charge must charge. And he was like, well, fuck it, I'm going to have to charge. So his dragon here has to charge. He charges into my trolls. His BSB charges into my trolls. And he fucking nails it with his general. Now, I'm hoping, even though I'm going to lose this fight, probably, most likely I'm going to lose this fight, I'm hoping that the Great Weapon Trolls will just kind of wreck some wounds into this guy. He doesn't have a special ward save, I don't think, or I think he actually gets a 5-up ward just being a Warrior of Corn. I don't know. But it's a very beautiful painted dragon. Anyways, over here, these guys run through my vortex, or I think the vortex went through them, and ended up killing up 2 more of them. The vortexes move at the beginning of the phase, so it makes more sense that it ran through him. And I think he tried to declare a charge into my spider and failed. But the fact is, the spider is fine in the forest because with charge ranges into dangerous terrain like that, or difficult terrain, what ends up happening is they roll 2 dice, but they take away the highest roll going through terrain. It's also -1 movement, so the spider's fine. I can stand and shoot, kill a couple more if I needed to. Yeah, and that's that. As for this fight over here, like I said, he has no real magic phase. He has no shooting. He has nothing to cast, so we just go straight into combat. His fucking general just rips apart my trolls. Ends up doing 3, 6, 7, 8 wounds onto the trolls. Holy shit! It probably did more. But at combat res, I want to say he got roughly 11. We'll see in a second. I did absolutely nothing back to him. I think I whiffed. I only had 2 guys swinging, 6 attacks. I failed to do any wounds. My trolls fail, and they are going to flee. And they flee. I think he caught me. I think that's what happened. Yeah, he did. Now, he caught me over here. There's a little bit of a spoiler ahead. You can see he chaffed my A-Rock. But he caught me over here. He is able to make a leadership check in turn to either face my spider, my orcs, or my general. He totally ignored the fact that my orcs were still there. He thought they were off the table already, but they just panicked close to the table edge, so he totally missed it. He faces towards my spider, which is extremely chaffed. Okay? After we started the next turn, he realized, oh shit, those orcs are still on the table. Now, my general charges his chariot up there. I get it. That's not a problem. My spiders are chaffing his 2 warrior blocks as I move my orcs up even further, and then I'm going to continue working with the spiders. My spider on the right, the A-Rock, charges his chaff, gets into them. The spider on the left is going to go ahead and shoot into his knights, and I'm just going to continue doing wounds with the knights on wind blasts and vortexes and do that kind of damage. I do rally with the orcs. On my magic, I end up doing a Foot of Gork right here, and all my plan is if he charges, he's going to pass it, or it might run into him first. We'll see how that goes. Over here, the vortex, I forgot to move it at the beginning of my turn, but it moved forward into his unit. Ended up doing 3 more wounds, and I think he tried to dispel it. He only has the Faded Dispel to stop it, but he failed to do that. This vortex is just being an asshole. I go ahead and I do Wind Blast, and I ended up figuring out this combo where if I just put the vortex behind him, I could just Wind Blast and push him into the vortex. but it doesn't really. I ended up doing the wind blast anyways and just pushing him away from the vortex at this current moment. I think I ended up only killing off one guy. Over here, the spider ends up killing off the 5 dogs. And it's going to start off his turn 2. Oh, I got my general over here. My general into combat with his chariot. I end up just, I think, I don't even kill the guy. Holy shit. I ended up doing 2 wounds. I think I just whiffed on my dice. He goes, swings back, and he ends up doing 2 wounds that are regen. But getting a regen wound it still counts for combat risk for my opponent. So it ends up being a 2-2. We just stay there. There's one of the rare occasions you just stay there. It's going to go ahead and start off turn 2. Warriors of the Dark or Warriors of Chaos. I'm sorry. Warriors of Chaos of Corn. The Vortex. I should move the Vortex. I don't know if I did right away. But he's going to go ahead and charge. Again, if he can charge, he has to charge. So he's charging everything into the spiders, and he's charging those 3 knights into my Super Baxter. Super Baxter is going to go ahead and shoot at him with stand and shoot, end up killing off one guy. He goes into the woods, and we're just going to leave it like that. Over here, everything charges into the A-Rock. I'm going to lose the A-Rock. I'm going to lose, but I'm going to try to swing. And then, again, no magic, no shooting, close combat. I end up just killing off these 2 knights. They were nothing compared to the spider. Over here, holy shit. He ends up doing 3 wounds onto the A-Rock with his Dragon Lord, his Chaos Lord. And then these guys up here, I just do everything into the knights, or into the Marauders. So I end up doing 4 wounds onto the Marauders. As you can see, I only did those 4 wounds. I'm the top bar. He's the bottom bar. He has a rear. He has a flag. He has however many wounds. Looks like 3 wounds. For a total combat res of 8. Plus he's closed order. I want to say he's closed order. So he got 8 combat res. I'm going to lose, but I am stubborn. And because I'm stubborn, I just stick there. Normally I would put give ground 2 inches forward or 2 inches back. But since there's a unit behind me and a unit in front of me, I just kind of am stuck. Alright, up top, my general ended up killing off his chariot finally. I go ahead and I turn. Since his BSB is threatening the flank of my black orcs and also threatening my orcs, I turn my general around to attack him next. Yeah, over here, he ends up killing off my spiders, and the vortex goes through his general and does a wound. Alright, my turn. Orcs and Goblins, turn 3. Orcs and Goblins, turn 3. I'm going to go ahead and declare a charge here with the... first of all, the spirit moves this way. Alright. Did I not charge? Oh, I did charge. Excuse me. No, so I declare a charge with the orcs here to the right unit of warriors. I just decided I'm going to go ahead and fight them. I moved the spider up just so I could get in range to cast the Summon Elemental Spirit here, like I explained to you earlier. I was just thinking about this. If I drop the spirit behind him and then shoot him across, that's basically going to do damage. Like I said, this game I'm going to play it wrong. This game I double dip. You're not supposed to double dip. It's when the vortex moves, they're going to take damage. But I pushed them in, assuming that the vortex is still consistently doing damage. And I do a wind blast, pushing them in where they must give ground and go through the vortex. The vortex popped in front of them, and they take a wound only from that. More than a wound. It looks like a couple wounds. All right. Over here, my A-Rock is still holding. He ends up doing 3 more wounds onto her, and she ends up doing only 3 wounds onto him. And again, I just put it into the horseman. He's up to 6 combat res. I'm up to 3. I'm going to lose, and my spider runs off the table. He tries to stop, but he's frenzied, so he has to chase, I believe. And he chases me off the table, which kind of pushes these 2 units out of play. Over here, my orcs, my black orcs, go with great weapons because I charged in. I'm going to go ahead and swing at initiative 4, I think it is. So I think he's going at the same initiative or just a little bit slower than me. I end up killing off a good chunk of them, but he ends up killing off 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of me. So I want to say we swung at the same time because that makes more sense to me. But he did 5 wounds. He has a banner. He's close to order, and I think he has a rank or something else that gives him 8 on combat res. I ended up getting 13 combat res. I win by a big amount. Now, he does nail the what is that called? Fall back in good order. So he's going to go ahead and just fall back a couple inches, and I end up catching up to him, but it basically leaves my flank exposed to his counter charge. Over here, my general is going to go ahead and fight his BSB. And I only end up doing one wound, not to his BSB. I do one wound, but he's a BSB. I have a flank. I think he does a wound. And we just stay there. We don't move again. We're still, again, more ties with these guys. And as you can see, that's exactly where I'm at here. Yeah. Let's go start off his turn 4, I want to say it was. Warriors of the Chaos, turn 4, Warriors of Corn. He charges in here. He's going to start killing my orcs, but you know what? He ends up not doing that many wounds. He does totally flubs his rolls. We give him the attacks for all the models that are not touching contact, but you know, they swing, but they're, again, not doing that many wounds. He does have a rule that I didn't even realize until I was looking at the book. It's called the high ground, which gives him, if he's fighting on a higher rank than I am, or a higher elevation, as you can see, he is on a higher elevation than I am. So he does get that combat res. What ended up happening here, though, was I think I just played it wrong. I think I just, I lose, but I rolled a low enough number where I should be giving ground. Giving ground should push me back 2 inches back towards the hill and 2 inches away from the hill, closer to the ruins. But for whatever reason, I just stuck there. I don't even know if it was just me not paying attention or what, but that's exactly what happened. It leaves it open for a charge from my spider, and my orcs failed their impetuosity roll, which they're going to go ahead and try to declare a charge as well, which is an extremely far charge. I think I need a 6 on it. Over here, my general ends up killing off his BSB. I think the spider gets in by itself, by the way. The orcs do not. The spider alone. And I just got to apologize right now. There's a lot of pictures I'm missing because there's a lot of talking going on between me and my opponent. The game is extremely new to us, and I'll give you his feedback at the end of the game and kind of give you my breakdown on how it went. The spider goes in, and the spider, holy shit. I mean, holy shit did the spider go to town. The always strikes first, the regular spider attacks, the goblins with poison on top, the thunder stomp. I just wreck house here. Wreck house. I ended up killing off 9 guys. I think there was only 1 guy left. And then in the front row, my black orcs ended up killing off that last guy. Holy shit. My wizard also cast, I want to say, Evil Sun or Bad Moon Rising. And, oh no, it's Evil Sun Shining. Evil Sun Shining. And that gave me the armor piercing to go through these warriors' armor. And that just ripped them apart. He ended up killing off only 3 black orcs, but that basically just left the 1 guy alive. I didn't even want to chase him, but I failed both my restraint checks, and they just started chasing that guy, and he's going to spend the rest of the game running. Over here, I kill off his BSB, but he's going to charge in with his general, and then his general, this is like turn 5, gets into my general. We get this epic pose down. Look at this. Yeah. I want to say, you can see the foot of Gork is just kind of stomping around. It's kind of messing around whatever way it wants to go. But what ends up happening here is this fight. We're in deadlock. I don't even think it takes me like 2 turns. I want to say this is turn 5 and 6. I ended up doing a total of like 5 wounds to the guy. He ends up doing like a wound or 2 to me. But we are barely wounding each other. It's one of these scenarios where I got a super lord, he got a super lord. I'm just getting luckier with my regen saves where he's failing his regen saves. We are not moving. It's usually like I do a wound, he does a wound, but I regened it, and we're just stuck in combat. So this goes back and forth for about 2 turns, and we just call the game. We call it a game because there's not really any units for him, and at this point it's just the showdown between the generals. I could move the rest of my units in for like a flank charge while we're in a challenge, and then just kind of win based on combat res. But at the same token, it's a learning game. We're trying to figure shit out. You know what I mean? I'm not trying to focus on killing my opponent so bad. Anyways, let's go over what he has to say.
Oh yeah, we're talking about the game. All right, what's going on, man? So I just finished the game with Luke here. We got
That's me.
We got to turn like, I don't know, 6-ish. We kind of lost track.
Yeah.
How do you think it went?
It started out hot. because his magic caved.
Oh yeah, that was real fun.
Corn, blood for the blood god.
That was really fun.
Looked down upon me and
First
made
dice
sure
roll.
that he miscast and almost ran off the board.
That was my first dice roll ever in this game.
That was your first miscast, you mean? Or?
No, it's my first dice roll, like in physical.
In this game, in this match.
Yeah. In old world, I just miscast and blew up almost blew up my whole wizard bunker.
You're talking about a different game or
This game?
In this one.
Yeah.
Yeah, in this match, that was your first roll.
Yeah, but this is my first physical game of old world.
Oh really?
Yeah, everything else has been online.
You keep talking about the other games you've played. It's all been online.
Yeah, it's all online, man. I haven't come. When have I come to the dojo and played?
I don't know. I don't know what's up. Well, that's cool.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad that your first roll could be against me and that it could be bad for you. That's a good thing.
There's the battlefield. Luke's picking up his models.
Yeah, sorry. Am I supposed to be focused?
No, it's cool, man. You can do whatever you want, man. It's cool.
Things teetered from there. I could have made a better decision taking advantage of that miscast. Kind of forgot that unit was there and didn't finish it off with my Lord on Dragon over here.
Is Lord that wouldn't die?
The Lord that wouldn't die, but he has a million wounds and like he just has a natural ward save. So
Yeah, but also
die.
you forgot to do your marks. Your what is that
my
called?
Gaze of the Gods.
Gaze of the Gods. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't think that would have changed anything, or it doesn't really do that much.
It could have. We don't know. You know what I mean? I think again, it's a big learning experience. It's a big change from what we were used to playing. So a lot of mistakes. I'm pretty sure people are gonna say it in the comments. You know, overall, I had a lot of fun though, and I'm glad you came out, man.
Too.
We're gonna be coming out more often. I already talked to Lex upstairs.
Yeah, are the owners here into it? Are they going to be like playing? Because I know they used to play old school fantasy.
No, I don't think they're gonna be playing, but just in general, there's a league running in the dojo, and then there's also I'm gonna be running tournaments. So,
Well, I'll be around.
all right, thanks.
So as you heard there, I'm going to go ahead and be running some dojo tournaments coming up in the near future for those who are in the Chicagoland or in the Midwest. They're going to be like one-day events. Eventually I'll do a 2-day. But I had a conversation with the owners of the Dice Dojo, and they totally are down for 1 day. 2 days is a little bit more rare. But we could do it on special occasions, of course. We have done them in the past. We did have people like Tom Taylor come out, Tom Tucker, whatever his name is. And we had from England, we've had a couple other people come up and sign up for when we were going to do the 2020 Corner Hammer there, but ended up fizzling out because of the pandemic. And then besides that, like I said, I had a lot of fun. One of the things, I'm going to give you feedback here for like the next couple minutes here. But one of the big things that I noticed is that games are a lot faster. I could play a game between 1 to 2 hours normally. If it's somebody who knows the rules, I could play it within 1 hour. If there's a lot of questions and going through the book and stuff like that, like this game with Luke, it probably should have took about 1.5 hours to 2 hours. But this game, since we were looking up a lot of rules in the book physically, ended up being like a 3-hour game, maybe 3.5-hour game. And that's just something I noticed. But overall, I do like that it's a shorter time span on the game. One of the big things, one of my big criticisms on the game is actually these killy lords that you can build. I just feel the meta is going to be filled with them. Because if you can, why not? Like, who could handle them? Like, you could see, and I know I saw a Facebook post on this the other day, like, how do you deal with these big killy lords? And I just kind of responded with another killy lord, ha ha ha, you know. But realistically, there's a lot of big bad killy lords, and when I mean killy lords, I mean like tough 6, 8 to 10 wounds or 7 to 10 wounds, with like either a 2-up armor or 4-up armor with a regen or a ward save or both. And yeah, that's going to be a big thing. That's going to be a big thing in this game. But outside of that, obviously the Orcs won. There was one. He killed my A-Rock and my spiders. I ended up killing off pretty much everything else except for like a unit of dogs and 3 marauders in his general. We got, like I said, we got the turn 6. I didn't really bother finishing it off. But and like I said, it was just a learning game. It wasn't really trying to push, you know, like we're not in a tournament. We're not, you know, we're just in an exhibition game here. My next tournaments that I'm going to get ready for, there's a 1250 point tournament in Indiana. It's being run by Gary Luther. John Ailes kept on bugging me to go out there to play that, so I'm going to go ahead and head over there. I do have a friend that lives in Indianapolis, so I'm going to go ahead and spend the night with him and then go and play this one-day tournament for 1250. And then I got into Adepticon. I was able to sneak in the waiting list and get in. They opened up the table. Basically, what happened was Adepticon announced that the old world was going to be there. The tickets sold out immediately for that event. Immediately, right away, 50 for 50 on the tickets. I was probably like a couple days late. Got on the waiting list, and they opened it up. Rick told me that I was in, and I got in the next batch, which is another 20. So they got 70 for 70 people signed up for Old World for a one-day event. I think that is crazy. I'm so used to these 2-day, 5-game events, tournaments, that a one-day event that got 70 people to sell out that fast. That is insane. Insane. That one is going to be 2,000 points. That one I am looking forward to. Right now I'm playing around with lists similar to one you just saw. Yeah, that's it's going to be interesting. It's going to be a lot of fun. I'm excited. I'm excited to see more combinations. I really need to get some goddamn magic cards. The magic cards are huge because I hate going to the book for the magic spells. And I got to obviously fix my bases. As you can see, I was playing with smaller bases on this. I already upgraded my Black Orcs there. I have to reach out to my friend Claes in movementtray.com because I really need bigger trays, and they're odd shapes because of 30 millimeters for Black Orcs. Like if I go 6 wide, 30 millimeters, that's 180, and there's not really anything that would have been 180 millimeters unless you took like, what is it, Troll? No, Trolls at 4 wide were 160 mil. So like, yeah, it's odd shape. You see what I'm saying? 180. It's like, what the hell? Like a troll with a guy on side? Come on, man. Like I didn't have trays that size. I ended up dropping, I want to say, what did I drop? How did I fit Boar Boys in my unit, in my list? Oh, I dropped the Trolls. Yeah, I dropped the 4 Trolls for Boar Boys, and I'm going to go ahead and try to take the Boar Boys 5 to 6 wide. And even at 5 wide, that's 150 mil. That's something a little bit more sustainable that I might have in my army of trays here in my house. But still, these are odd shape sizes. So yeah, it's something if you guys giving a shout out here, of course, I'll leave the link down below. But movementtray.com. Like I said, reach out to Claes. Claes has some great trays. He is doing the if you don't want to switch your base sizes and you want to stay to the traditional 25 mil and 20 mil, he does sell the converter options. But yeah. By the way, guys, if you guys have any ideas for 1250 point army, for a Orc and Goblin army, leave it in the comment section below. I am trying to find a 1250 army. I have all the models. I just really kind of need an idea because I got like a month to rebase them or get the trays for them. So I really have to figure it out. Anyways, guys, like I said, this is the first video of this game. That's really my feedback, man. I had a lot of fun. I brought out the old combat result calculator there, as you can see, and I was just, I was like, I got it, might as well use it, you know what I mean? It's easy to show on camera, and I'm trying to get more games in. Obviously, I've been playing a lot online, but eventually, my brother right now is in Mexico. He'll come back. I'll get some games against his ogres, and then see if more people want to come out to the dojo. And let's make it happen. Alright guys, hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'm going to be making as many videos as I can soon. If not, you're going to have to wait till I get back from Indiana. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed that. Take care, and peace.